Hello, welcome to another episode of Same Cast, Different Day Podcast. Thank you all for joining me on this episode. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking Love Victor with one of my fellow podcasters from his podcast, Mimosas with Mark. So thank you for joining me on this episode of the podcast.
What is up? What's up? I'm happy to be here, ready to talk Love Victor. It was a great show, but I do have some flags in there. I do have two flags
All
that I was like,
righty.
wait a minute. So I'm ready
All
when you are.
righty. And then make sure you go check out his podcast. I believe it's available on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all go check out his podcast.
Oh yeah, Mimosas with Mark. We're dope. Season 6, it's lit.
You're on season 6?
Season 6, yes. I've been doing it for about a year and a couple months now.
Man, you're wow.
Yeah,
you must do like more than one episode a week.
I do not. Nope, one episode a week.
What?
Yep, I do one episode a week, 10 episodes a season. And you may get a bonus episode if I feel like it, but
Oh, okay.
I keep it structured.
You have a shorter season.
Yeah.
So I do 24 episodes a season.
Oh wow, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, see, I don't know. Yeah, I do one episode every Tuesday at 7, and then I go on break after 10 episodes, and then come back. We
Wait,
just
so,
came back with a new logo, with new like everything. It's great.
and I was listening to your podcast. I was like, oh yeah, I'm digging this right here.
Yeah, it gets intense. It gets intense. My first episode, I think of it as like my personal little diary of just my life, and it
Yeah,
gets intense. So
yeah. Sometimes I have my moments when I'm on here with my co-host and I'm airing out some of my dirty laundry, but
oh yeah,
who cares? It
exactly.
has to get out there.
It's my show, so I feel like I can do whatever I want on my show.
Exactly. So one
So,
of the things I wanted to get into first is who was one of in season 2, who was one of the main characters that made you the most upset?
oh, that made me upset. Um, oh, that's tough because Pilar kind of made me upset, but Felix kind of made me upset at the end. I love Felix. Felix is like my favorite character all the way up until the end
I,
because I
I'm
was just like,
I'm not gonna lie. Episode 6, I cried when he
was that when
showed
we
up.
found out about his mom?
Yeah, when he showed up at their house to ask to stay
I
there.
was in me and my boyfriend were in tears. Like, wow, he's such a happy soul. He's such a happy person.
Exactly.
And I was like, dang, that's hard. That's hard.
That's what made it so
Um,
heartbreaking because I wasn't used to seeing him so upset.
yeah, his whole face just like, oh man, he still didn't even want to show that he was sad. He was
Right.
still trying to keep that smile. And I was like, I feel that. As a
Hmm.
person who smiles through it all, I feel that. So
Exactly.
he shed one. Yeah, that was it. But who did I not like in season 2? That's tough. His I guess Victor's boyfriend, I forgot his name,
Oh,
but
Benji.
yeah, Benji he was a bit much,
I
a bit
mean,
not understanding, but it was a lot going on. I guess it was a
yes,
lot.
I mean, it was a lot going on. I was like, oh my god, why could they just give us more than 10 episodes? Like, at least give us 15 episodes. Like,
Like Benji needs a whole backstory, like a bigger one. Like these,
exactly.
first of all, these kids have a lot of grown up situations. Let's
Yeah,
just say that. It's like,
it's
why is Benji in AA?
it's
Like
like
in
an
high
LG,
school?
it's like an LGBT version of One Tree Hill.
Like I'm just sitting here like, oh my goodness, like AA, like how do you need to get access to alcohol to get addicted, and you're a junior?
I mean, but
You know what?
he come from a rich family, so
I
it's
was about to
just
say that rich
around.
family, and
Yeah,
then I noticed everybody's family is so bad. Like all these parents, these are some of the worst parents in TV I have ever seen. Like it was just like, oh my goodness,
yeah.
wow. I guess actually the dad, so I don't like, yeah, that's my least favorite
Who?
character. Maya or Maya,
Oh, me
Maya's
is
dad,
that? Okay.
Mia's dad. Yeah,
Yeah, he kind
yeah.
of made me
I'm keeping it
upset.
buck. He ain't shit for that.
For me,
He-
it was the mom. Victor's mom has made me upset. Although she
you
did come
know,
around towards the end, but in that beginning, she kept pissing me off like the
she was
first
pissing
seven
me off a lot
episodes.
in the beginning. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was pissing me off a lot in the beginning because I was like, you're being extra. Like you're being
yeah.
extra. Why did you throw away that whole entire meal that you prepped for everybody?
Just wasted that money. You already got your separated husband paying your rent and stuff for you, so it's
Yeah,
not like you
you
had the
already
income.
got it made, sweetie. You need to relax before you don't have
Exactly,
it made. Because
exactly.
Yeah, because
I was just
Machismo was about to machismo over to another girl. So you need to she should really relax and come around. She needed to start going to
right.
those P flag meetings.
Yes.
And then when
Um.
she went to the P flag meeting, she just like jumped on the assumption when the dad was just like talking to another person. I didn't
Right.
like that. I
Yeah.
was like,
I
mm-mm.
didn't like that either.
Yeah,
Um.
you here for your son, not for whatever
It,
your dad. And y'all were separated, so it's like, yeah, I didn't like that.
exactly. I was kind of upset with the way how the season started. 'Cause I was like, oh my god, this is starting so slow. But then by around episode 4 or 5, when it started picking up, I was like, yes, I'm so into
It
it
was
now.
Yeah, I liked the cliffhanger from season 1 to season 2 of him
Yes.
telling his parents he was gay. I was like, okay, boom. I like
Right.
that. I really like how the dad took it. That's one thing I will say. I was really shocked at how they let the dad take it because I was
Right.
expecting him to be a little like uh-oh. I was really happy about that because
Yeah, exactly.
that's a good story. That's a good
Yeah,
something that doesn't happen a lot.
yeah,
So I like that.
this was a lot of good screenwriting. I said it takes a lot for me to watch. Like I won't we watch any reality TV whatsoever. But I'm like, this was some really good screenwriting here for me. And
It was
it
really
like
good.
both
Yeah.
seasons were real well written.
Hmm.
I just wish that like one thing I hope that we don't have to wait for is a whole another year before another season to get started.
Yeah. Yeah. They could bump some more out like
I'm
now.
right, at
Like
least like
like
2 seasons a year at
you
least.
know, give us a movie or something. Like give us a little special.
Like I don't even
Like
need a movie. Just give me 2 seasons a year. That's all I need.
exactly. Can we get a winter and can we get a spring and a fall?
Exactly.
Like come on, because this was a good show. I don't one thing I didn't understand how Victor kept getting into bars. I didn't like that in season 1, how he went all the way to he traveled to New York alone. Mind you, he's a minor. You
Right.
can't just there's a lot of things you got to get through before you can just travel all free and willy nilly like this. But
Right.
okay, he did it. Traveled to New York, which is across the country in the middle of the school year. So okay, but and then he went to a bar, like a random, like it was just there's a lot of red
It
flags
wasn't really a
there.
logic to like good thing it is TV because you think like from Georgia to like New York, that's probably like an overnight 20-some hour
That's what I'm
drive.
saying.
So for him to go
That's a
there and go
journey.
back and then do this all in one weekend, it's like how did you have time to go to the club?
How did you get in the club in
Well,
as a 10th grader?
well, they
Like
had all
what?
them. They had the whole group with them, so maybe the group knew somebody who knew somebody to get them in a club. Who knows?
I didn't like that. I don't know. I've been carded at every club I have ever gone to, and I have a full beard. So I don't know about Victor
Didn't
getting through.
in season 2, didn't they just run into the club?
They just walked in.
Right, because I'm like, I think it was like two guys outside kissing, and they used that as a distracting or walk land or something like that. I don't
They
know how
just
that
walked right
happened.
in, and I was like, oh, where is that happening? And then he was getting served alcohol. Even when I get carded outside of the club, when I get to the bar, they card me again.
What?
I was just, I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's like a gay bar thing. I've only been to one gay bar, but no, even at that gay bar, I was carded when I got to the door, and then I was
Mhm.
carded when I got in, like at the bar. So I
Right.
was like, it's not like a gay bar thing. It's not like we're just like loving the moment. And then it shouldn't be because he's a minor.
Right.
Yeah, we can't have kids drinking at, underage and they're in high school. It'd be different if he's like in
I
college
mean,
and like
apparently,
18.
what's the one that was with his teammate? I can't ever remember his character name on the show. But it's played by Mason Gooding. Um, I can't remember the
Um,
character name, but he was the one who's dating the white girl. And then him and Mia ended up
ooh.
getting together towards the end of the season.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah,
him,
yeah, him.
like I was like, I wonder like in that episode when it was at like the little like market or whatever when they went to the cabin and he walked away with like vodka, like I got vodka or something like that and held at the vodka bottle. Like, how did you even buy it? Did you buy it there?
I was trying to figure out how they had all that alcohol. I'm just like, maybe, I was just hoping, okay, maybe they stole it from their parents. And then I was like, again, these parents are just the worst parents I have ever seen.
I mean, because we
And like,
never seen his parents though in the series.
that's what I'm saying. Where are his parents at? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's a star athlete, so I understand how star athlete
Right.
parents are. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of parental issues that we need to talk about. P flag
Right.
stands for parents.
I
I
like
was
that
really confused there.
they had Simon's dad a part of the P flag, the one who's right doing the P flag
So
meeting.
I never watched Love Simon, and then I'm sorry. Okay, so I would like just got into this community in February. So like I just came out February like 4th. So
Okay.
Love Simon, I never even even I saw it like on Twitter. I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I get it. Cool. Never watched Love Simon. But I got like an overview summary of Love Simon. I understand it.
Okay.
I need to watch the movie. I need to watch it fully. But
Yeah, 'cause I always
I
tell
didn't like.
people you have to watch the movie before you watch the series or to understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my boyfriend. That's what he said too. He was like, I mean, he was like, it doesn't. It's not like a direct correlation, but like you should probably know something of the other movie. But
Right.
I didn't. One thing I didn't like was how Victor just kept running to Simon for everything. Because
Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
I was like, well, dude, Simon's a grown man in college. Like, you can't run to
Living
him
his
for
best life.
yeah, you can't like you can't run to him for everything.
I think that's why
Like,
it was taking so long for Simon to reply back to a lot of his messages. I
mm-hmm.
know at one point he.
I didn't like how Victor overreacted when he found out that Simon was talking to all of his friends about Victor. Because I'm like, well,
Oh
Victor, you're a
yeah,
kid. Yeah, you're a kid. So like, if a high schooler hit me up talking about their like love life and their sexuality, I would definitely talk to my friends like, hey, what should I do? Because
right. I mean, because like advice, like he literally had a team of people helping, really.
exactly,
Because like Simon might not have had, went through something that Victor was per se
which
talking
he
about.
didn't.
So he had
Exactly.
went to somebody else who was going through that
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Exactly. Victor, I was like, Victor, you can't. First of all, Victor, you just showed up in New York. You didn't tell anybody that you were coming, and you just showed up. So you
Wait,
can't
didn't
be
he?
upset.
Didn't he just like buy the bus ticket and wait till he
He
got
just
on the bus?
he
While
just
he was
showed
on the
up.
bus, while he was on the bus, he just sent the message like, "Hey, I'm in New
Hey,
York."
I'm coming to New York. Like what? I'd have been like, dude, whoa, that is completely inappropriate. No,
Right.
you are a minor coming to my my apartment.
Now, it'll be nice if they would have had all of them like together in the same scene, but I guess the guy who played Simon technically wasn't really there when they filmed
Mm-hmm.
that scene, but it would have been nice.
Yeah, I was just shocked at that bus ride. I was like, wow, that was wow.
As I said, these kids got
Mm-hmm.
access to too much freedom on their hands.
Way too much freedom. My mom is not letting me go across nowhere with
Exactly.
no, yeah. And
So
my
you
mom
had
knows if she signed a permission slip or not.
right. So you had brought up Benji. It seemed like you got a beef with Benji with season two.
I
You
had a beef with Benji, like just to at the end, I just didn't like how he was stringing my man Victor along. Like Benji, there was a lot going on, I guess. So
I
that's
mean,
why I said I'd
yeah.
give him it, but there was a lot going on.
Yeah, because me and my mate got
So
into a actual fight over this TV show.
yeah,
Because he was like, well, Victor shouldn't have told Raheem about what was going on with Benji. I said, so you rather let something like you. I said Benji went however long without talking to a bit Victor. He didn't know what was going on. Victor was worried, so you could tell it was eating him up on the inside that he didn't know what was going on. I'm like, so you'd rather have something eat somebody up on the inside and make them feel worse and feel bad about themselves for not getting this out, and then instead of just getting it out.
yeah. I feel like Victor shouldn't have said everything. He should have just went out and said all of Benji's business. But Benji also should have told Victor like what's up
Right,
and
or at
like
least sent the text like, "Hey,
what
I'm
you're going
okay."
through. Yeah, at least exactly. Because I know people leave me like people are silent, do like silent treatment to me. I'm like panicking because I'm thinking the absolute worst. And
Exactly,
I understand in Victor's case because this dude just went off the deep end, so he could be
exactly,
dead. Yeah.
exactly. That's
So
all I was saying. Like he could have went off the
yeah,
deep end, but then it was like, "Oh, well, that's just wrong. He violated Benji's trust." I'm like, "Well, once again, he should have told him about the problem in the first place, and maybe
exactly.
Victor wouldn't have panicked the way how he did in the first place if he just would have told him."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of people got their trust violated this season, and I was just like, it was for the good reason though. It was for good reason why your trust is
Exactly. Like
violated. Like it was.
I clearly agree with Lake violating Felix's trust
Yes. Oh, like
because
oh my
because
god.
in the long run, like Felix got his mama back.
Felix exactly, and it would have got worse and worse. That's why I don't understand
Exactly.
Felix's decision at the end to go with Pilar because I'm like,
Especially
okay,
your
Pilar,
best friend's younger
your
sister.
best friend's sister. Pilar
Isn't
got
that
your
gets
mama
guy
Swedish
code?
fish. Like she got you Swedish fish.
Right.
Like she got your mama the help that she needed. And your mom even said that Lake got her the help that she needed. How would
Exactly.
you go? How would you? drop Lake. Like I don't know. I don't know. But I'm happy Lake found her something though at the end there. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
I was like,
I
so I was like, so this is the direction we going in next season? Like, oh,
yo,
okay.
I called it earlier when that girl broke up with the dude. I
Mm-hmm.
called it. I was like, wait a minute. I think there's something. I don't know. I don't think she's that interested.
Right. See,
When
the
she
first time I missed that the first time when it was at the lake house and the way how she was looking at I can't never remember the damn character name. The best star basketball player guy. I
Yeah, I don't
can't
remember the
remember his.
guy's name. I want to call him Andre or
Oh,
something like
Andrew.
that.
There we go.
Oh, Andrew.
Andrew.
Oh, okay, boom.
When
There
she was
we
looking
go.
at Andrew and Mia talk, like when I've watched it the second season, that the first time, like I didn't pay attention to that. Like, oh, you can tell she clearly at first they're trying to make it look like she was jealous. Like, no, she was over that relationship. She didn't
She was
want to have
over
nothing
it.
to do with
She was
Andrew.
looking at it and she was like, "That's not what I like. I don't feel that. Like, how do you?" So
Right.
I thought they was gonna let him make them fight at the when they was at the cafe
Oh
with
yeah, yeah.
Benji. I thought they was gonna let it go down, but no, I understand why. Because you know, you don't gotta fight if it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Right. I wish a
Like
lot of females would take hint of of that. Like it's not
it's
worth it.
not worth
Like you may
it.
go to
It is
jail
not
over
worth
somebody who
it.
don't want to be with you. Like, is it
It
really
is
worth
not
it?
worth it. Oh my goodness, it's not worth it. Don't fight the girl. Go after him. Don't go after
Exactly.
her. Go after him unless she's trifling. Unless she's trifling. That's
Right,
a
because
different
Mia was
story.
minding her own business, just letting their own little relationship happen, and so on. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Um.
now, since you brought up the lake house, let's talk about Lake and Felix. And I don't understand how Felix had sex with Lake after he cut his penis.
I
Talk to
said
me
the
about
same
that
thing. Like even after they
because
jumped in the water, like don't he have like salty penis or
I'm like,
something?
it would be different if it would be different if he had like maybe like a tiny cut, but
With
that towel was
right,
bloody, like
right,
deep blood. So there's no way you're doing anything with it, like at all.
exactly. Like how did that thing even stand up?
Exactly. And the way he was holding that towel, he was hurting. So there's no way
Exactly.
you're not fucking that night. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
You're
I don't
not
know
doing
how that
anything.
happened.
You're
And
not even getting
then
hard.
and
Like,
then when Victor had that whole panic at the lake house over the whole him and Benji for the first time, I'm like, really?
yeah, you gotta relax.
And then you ask
If I was
Simon about
Benji,
sex?
yeah,
Like
if I was Benji and I see you trying to get service, I'm like, who are you trying to talk to? I'm right here.
and on top of it, like that, like have you seen Simon's boyfriend compared to the movie to when he was in that first season? Like he looked homeless in the first season. So like I don't think him and Simon was really getting it in, to be
Oh my God.
I'm just saying he looked so homeless in that first
They didn't
season.
look like they were a compatible couple in my personal opinion. I didn't
Exactly.
see Simon and his boyfriend like meshing, but I didn't see the movie, so I can't. I couldn't judge, but I was like, they just don't look like they don't look
Like
comfortable.
in the movie, it was like, oh, they look cute because they really didn't show them till like the very end. So it was like,
Oh yeah,
oh,
they
they
did
look
not.
cute. They look cute, but then it was like, then the season two came around. I mean, that's first season, and then he was in the first season. I'm like, oh my god, he looks so homeless. Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
going on? Like, and then
Yeah,
I'm
they look
like,
like friends.
y'all live in this apartment with all these people, but I'm like, oh, this
They look
isn't
like friends. They look
like,
like friends, homies.
yeah.
Because
But
I
and
don't know.
then the guy that what's her name? Mia was supposed to bring to the lake house.
Oh man, that's who I don't like. He pissed me off. Oh my goodness. He even
Yeah.
had me yelling at my TV. Like, mm-mm. Change the tire while you go over there and take pictures of your hand and shit. No, absolutely not.
Right. Hold on. All right. But
Boom.
yeah, so speaking of the lake house, I don't understand
I
how
didn't like that boy.
I didn't know how I don't understand how Victor fell off the bed and hit his head on the dresser. Like that was just too over.
Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a bug. He hit his head on the corner of that and he has a porcelain face. So he's knocked out. He's knocked out and he needs to go to the hospital.
Right. One thing
Like, and they were drinking, he needs to go to the hospital. Like,
exactly, especially with the way how he was drinking.
he was chugging stuff. He needs to go to the hospital. Not like that was there were so many things I was like, that is not what you're supposed to do in the situation.
Right.
Felix needs to go to the hospital. Victor needs to follow him to the hospital.
Right.
Like, mm-mm.
And then so for Benji, So like you were saying, how Benji made you upset throughout the season. It was the fact when after Victor had found out about the whole drinking thing at the restaurant, the way how Benji blew up, and he felt like he was like holding Victor's hand, teaching him how to be gay and all these type of things. I'm like, oh,
I was
you
like,
just crossed the line.
yeah, that's not right. That's
Like,
not right because that's not right because I came out and then I like got a boyfriend like soon after, and like I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of been like holding my hand through it all. So it's
mhm.
like you can't do that because it's a lot. It's a whole lot. I will say that.
like I
So that's
like
why I was siding on Victor's side. Like this whole situation, this whole process coming into the community, it's a whole lot.
it
So yeah, I didn't like
is.
that
You
comment.
have to slowly work your way into into
Hmm.
it.
You can't just wake up one day and then mouthful of dick. Like like you can't just
Right.
do that. Like it's a process. So yeah, I didn't like that comment. I didn't like that from Benji.
It's just
Because like you knew what you signed up for when you signed up for it. So
exactly like what
yeah,
you
you shouldn't
expect
have.
wasn't we can't like Victor can't help that you had all this experience at such a young age. Like you had a college boyfriend in the 10th grade. Like, come on now. Like
I
this
forgot about that.
exactly.
I
Exactly.
forgot about that.
Right. So exactly. See, I think like this was Victor's first like gay relationship. So he's
Exactly.
like
So
what did
you
he
have to
expect?
exactly. He doesn't know to hold your hand. He doesn't know to tell everybody. Like he doesn't know that stuff. So you
Exactly.
gotta work with him.
I'm
And
surprised
if
he knew
you
what the lube meant though when he saw the lube laying on the bed.
yeah, I mean, well, shoot, even that, I would have been like, oh shit, oh, okay. I
Uh,
remember when I first invited my boyfriend and we were just talking. I didn't know what to expect because this is the first
mhm.
time I invited a person over that wasn't like a hookup situation. This is like a let's get to meet. I didn't know if he was coming over to like I didn't know what was going on.
Right. Pounding was gonna happen or something.
I didn't. Yeah, I was sitting on my bed, just like, I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know if you're about to make a move. I don't know if we're just talking. So I feel Victor in that whole coming to like situation. Benji's a dick for that.
Very. And
Hmm.
now what we need to talk about is Raheem and his I was not expecting that to go the direction that it went.
I knew that. Oh, I
I
man, when
just
this
I
second that
just
this second when Victor came out, it was before that. It was before when Raheem got introduced the very first time. I
mhm.
was like, "Yep." I said, "Yep," and then when Victor came out and Raheem looked, I said, "We're about to get a Raheem story.
See,
Let's go. I'm ready for
I see when
it."
I thought when they had introduced the whole Raheem character, I was like, he is gonna try and find his way. It's like I thought it was gonna be like some evil, maniacal type stuff going on to like weasel his way into Victor, but it didn't happen that way. So that's why it
Okay, so
kind of threw me off guard.
with that, I didn't think that he was gonna start liking Victor. I thought he was just gonna like have his own little story. We're gonna get love Raheem.
Right,
And like him and Pilar was gonna go off and like have a little journey and stuff. Because I
right.
honestly thought Pilar was gonna be also gay. I was seeing that was a whole little group
Mm-hmm.
because Pilar's kind of a boss, but she's kind of a simp like lowball. She
Yeah,
has this fake front that she's a boss, but she's really a simp with sweet as fish.
right,
So I was expecting them two to like go and be amazing like gay lesbian friends. It was gonna be a great situation, but it's
right.
okay. Raheem, I knew from the jump. The second I saw his nails painted, I was like, okay, well,
Yeah,
I was really confused at how everybody else didn't know. I thought he was like the out kid, like at school.
exactly. But it
Like I
like
because it
he's
was his
one of those
outfit.
kids you look at him like, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I know that's like a shitty thing to do because that's like stereotyping and that's like judging from like appearance and all that stuff. But I don't know, his nails are painted, he had the flowy shirt, he had fashion
The
sense, his
rest of
hair
it,
was it was a lot of just like he was dainty. It was like, dude, a lot of it is like, I
yeah.
mean, I'm not saying what you're doing. I'm just saying what.
And then for his parents not to know either, like
I was like,
how?
yeah, I was like, I don't know how
at
your
least,
parents don't
at least,
know.
wait, did he come out? Yeah, he did come out to them. I was like, I think they knew though. So
Yeah, well, yeah, his parents were like, we knew, we were just waiting for you
yeah,
to say it. So I like that. I like that. I like
right.
that.
'Cause
Hmm.
he did all that worrying for nothing.
Well, that's kind of how my situation was. I was terrified. My mom was the first person, and like it just kind of like I just kind of told her in like a conversation. We were just talking, and then she just like asked, and I just like said it,
So
and
this
we
was
kind of it was like
recent for you?
January.
Oh,
Yeah, we were actually talking about like some like family drama.
uh-huh.
And then I was talking about like kind of like being bullied for like being like called gay and stuff. And then she was like, "Well, are you?" I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm bi, but like," and then she was like quiet for like a cool like 10, 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, she was probably waiting on you to announce it.
And I was like, that's what I've got. That's what I've heard. Like a lot of people are just like, "Well, we're just like waiting for you to say it." And I was like, "Well, it's like I wasn't really feeling it until I said it." Like, and I was like, oh, "Okay, well, all right." Like, I came to that realization like in October. Then I said it for the first time in January. Then I told my friends in February, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
Oh wow.
this is cool." Yeah, it's like this is all like very recent. So this, which is why I love Victor. Really, like it really struck a nerve because I was like, "Oh, I feel this. Like I am really feeling it. Feeling this whole show."
So how old are
Yeah,
you?
I am 23.
Oh my goodness. I
Yes.
thought you were younger than that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no, just 23. I'm an old soul. But
It's noticeable. It is very
yeah.
noticeable. I was not expecting it. Wow. So for you, you didn't have like the experience like Victor had with his mom or anything like that, which just seemed good.
No, like it was shocking. I thought so. I come from like my household. I guess they're not like hateful people or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
they're very. I guess I don't know what to call them. They're like traditional adjacent kind of like my mom. She's never had been like you can't be gay, but nobody's been gay or anything. That's just not been a thing in our like household.
Oh.
So yeah, it just wasn't a thing. And then my dad, he said his stuff about the gay community. So I know how he feels about it,
Mm-hmm.
but he even shocked me. My sister had she just recently got married, and all my family was there. I was the ordained minister. It was amazing. But I had brought my boyfriend, and I this is like honestly, me and my dad had like a shaky relationship, not even because of like my sexuality, just because like family stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like a little I was a little scared to introduce him and introduce like this whole like I'm like bi and all that stuff to everybody. Dude, they like opened armed. They hugged him more than they hugged me. Like I think my boyfriend has more pictures of my dad than I do. Like it was so wild. And I was like, dude, I've heard what you've said about the community. I've heard like years of like stuff what you've had to say about like gay
Mm-hmm.
people and stuff. And now like everything's great. And so I was like, I guess people can change. People can change.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because to be honest, so your dad's reaction is probably how Victor dad's was. It was like he probably had his thoughts about it, but when season one had ended, I thought his dad was gonna have like the worst reaction
That's what
ever
I
to it, and
thought.
I was like, "Wait, what?
That's what
It's
I
actually the
thought.
mom who's taking it the
Hmm.
worst? Like it's normally
I
the
thought
dad."
that, and exactly. So I thought so when my dad found out, I didn't like tell him because like me and him aren't like that like close relationship for me to have to
Mm-hmm.
like go and tell him. He found out when everybody else found out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I told my mom, like she like had like that brief pause moment. My dad, I think the most he said is like, "I'm glad you're happy. Like glad you're finally happy and
Right.
stuff." And I'm just like,
See, that's probably
"Glad I'm
why he
finally happy."
embraced. Probably why he
I was
embraced
like,
your boyfriend so much at the wedding.
dude, you've like bullied me like my whole life about being gay." What do you mean glad I'm finally happy? Like, thank you, but what?
Well,
I
maybe
was
he knew too. It
expecting,
was just waiting on you. Like, yeah, I'm just waiting on this.
that's like I understand, at first I thought like I was looking at that like, oh, okay, what do you mean you knew? Like I didn't even know until this. So like, what do you mean you knew? But then I was like, well, maybe people are thinking of that like in a good way. Like they like it's not a negative that they knew. Like they weren't calling like because I don't know. It's a hard way to put
But
it because I was like I really didn't start feeling like actually bi and like in the community until like August. I came to like the realization I was
mhm.
doing some fun stuff, and it just
it,
popped into my head.
it's okay. I've had my hoish ways.
Oh, see, no, it wasn't even hoish. I was doing shrooms, and it kind of just came to me that like boom, like hey, you've done a lot in your like college time. Time to like it's time to like look at our receipt and look what we've done. Let's evaluate our life.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I've always like, I've been open to like everybody. Like throughout college, I've always said like everybody loves me. I've never like said like I don't like anybody. I've always said everybody loves me, and Mark loves everybody. Everybody loves Mark. So who am I to take myself away from people?
Right.
Um, I
At
called
least they
myself.
let you
I
do it
was.
on your own terms, though. That's I think I'm now that I hear you telling your story, I'm happy that they let you do it on your terms because not a
Yeah, and
lot of
like
people
it
get
out
that
of
option.
and I'm really grateful for my journey through it all. 'Cause, like throughout college, all the people I've like experimented with, been with, it's never been out. It's never been I've never been like a running rumor or anything. If people thought I was gay, it was because they thought they met me and they're like, oh, okay, I think he's gay or something
Mhm.
like that. And it was like, well, you had nothing to prove it on. You didn't see me like in the act. You're not seeing me like with my boyfriend or anything. So it's like,
Right.
that's just what people are gonna think what they're gonna think.
Right.
Um, so then when I was like, okay, well, I think I'm actually bi. Like I think this is not just a college thing. I don't think it's gay. I think I'm actually like can commit to it. That was in October, and then I kind of like my mom really just like threw it out there. If it wasn't for my mom, I probably would still be in the closet.
What?
Like because the way it was, it just happened. Like I was very like nervous about saying it. I was like trying to tell my friends but I just
Mhm.
couldn't like get it out.
But I bet it's a good relief
Um,
that came off your shoulders, though.
my mom, we were talking about me getting bullied like by family members. And then she was like, "Well, are you?" And I was like, "I can lie to her right now and keep the lie going, or I can
Right.
just start. I can just do it. I can just say it now and then deal with this year." And
Right.
I was like, "Well, I am bi. Like, I've done it before. So like, I am bi." And then she was like, "Well, cool."
In her head, she probably heard like, okay, it's still a chance that I have a grandbaby.
That was one of her things was like after it was like not that same conversation, but it was like a later conversation. She was like, "So like, am I still getting like grandchildren?" And I was like, I mean, you can like we're in 2021, so like the science behind that. Yes,
No,
you can still get a
no kids
grandchild.
for me. I don't like
My
kids.
my boyfriend is not getting pregnant, and I'm not getting pregnant. But like down the road, who knows what we want
Uh-uh.
to plan to do
I
with
don't
like a
like
kid.
kids.
I love
Okay,
kids. I don't like them to. I like
let,
them at a distance, but they
let me
love
rephrase
me.
it. I like kids that I can give back.
I feel that. I feel that.
So everybody be
I
like,
feel that.
because everybody be like,
Right?
"What? No, it's such a joy to have them." Like, no, because now I'm the only one in my group who doesn't have kids. So like, when I want to call, have a random drunk night, I can't do it no more because all y'all got to be responsible. So I'm like,
I feel
no,
that. Yes.
no, it's
See,
not for me.
my mom runs a daycare, so I've been around kids my whole life. She's run that. She's like owns her own daycare. She's done it
Mm-hmm.
like my whole entire life. So I've been around kids like oh my, and they love me. I'm
Enjoy.
I'm great with kids, but it's like having my own. I have a tortoise right now, and he's a baby. That's enough. That's my son. That is the heir to my life. Like if I die, everything needs to go to him because a kid right now. I don't know how my mom had two kids at my age. I have no idea how she did that because I'm sitting here like I can barely take care of myself, and now I have a tortoise. Oh my god.
That's like I keep telling people. I don't like to be responsible. I don't like being responsible for me half the time. Like I get mad when I have to go put on adult pants. That's what I call
Exactly.
it.
I like to live my life by the decision of the moment. I live in the moment. Like, so you're telling me a kid, I had to plan out 18 years. I had to go like visit doctors. No, I can't. I have to set up a doctor's appointment. I had to
Insurance,
find a
feed
pediatrician.
them.
Insurance. I don't even have a credit card. Like, no, I can't do that. I just
um,
can't.
yeah,
I
I'm
can't do
bad
that
with
right
credit
now.
cards.
Yeah, I can't. A kid would completely ruin my life. Like I'm
That's
not saying I'm not saying this whole boyfriend thing's a blessing. Oh my gosh, I dodged a bullet there with the whole pregnancy scares and baby stuff. I dodged a bullet there.
now that
I,
I think about it, is this the first show? They didn't have any pregnancy scares this show. Nope, they didn't.
yeah, they did not. They did not. I
I
didn't
had
see.
to think
Yeah.
about it. That just popped in my head. Like,
Well, shoot. The
oh,
only one who was
this
the
the
only one who
first
was having
teenage show
sex
that
was
I
Lake.
watched. Right, and I'm like, this is the first teenage show that I watched where there's no pregnancy scares.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, they're not having sex. Those kids
I
are.
mean, unless Felix got her pregnant somehow. Like,
I think he probably came blood. He did not. I don't think that was a. I do not think that was a successful sexual encounter. There's
right.
no way you are having sex with a cut on your, with a deep cut like that on your. No, no,
Yeah, there's no
mm-mm,
way.
absolutely not.
That's
I
what
don't. I don't see that.
I'm
I don't even see you. I don't even see you like hitting your hit like moving in that area.
hmm.
No, I don't.
So, what direction you think Pilar is going to go in going into next season? Do you think she's going to be like this, head over heels in love teenage?
She better love Felix to darn death
Because I
because
wonder if she's
Felix,
going to turn into like a girly girl.
she needs to turn into whatever Felix needs her to turn into because she has a lot of responsibility on her hands now. Because she wants to get
Yeah,
Swedish fish and stuff. She has a lot of responsibility on her hands.
yeah. I'm pretty sure next year, like, it seemed like just following them through high school. So I'm pretty sure the next, but to wait a whole nother year since I can only come out during Pride Month. Um, so next year they'll probably be seniors.
Dang. Dang.
Yeah, because season one came out last year, so we had to literally wait a whole entire year just to get to the second season.
Oh, you know they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna give it to us until Pride Month.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure this one just ended, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's still time for y'all to start recording the next
I
one.
mean, we still got a whole another like half of Pride Month. Got to still do it. Yeah, I
Exactly,
could drop a third season. You know, but
exactly. But this is like the first show, especially with the mom, the first show where I feel like I really got angry at a character the way I did. Like I was for real, like probably blood pressure high angry at the mom.
yeah, I was mad at at Maya's boy, that dude that she brought. Mia, the dude that she brought to the cabin. That's
Oh,
who like made my blood boil.
Ty-
Yeah,
Taylor or
yeah.
Tyler or something like that.
First of all, her going to the college party, all that was just like, as a person who just like recently graduated and is going back from masters, you cannot do that. Like, as a high school girl, all those guys are in a lot of trouble for you being there.
Exactly.
And like you cannot do that. And so you're leading on this other dude. That is
But
not
you can obviously
okay.
tell that she's a high school girl, though. It was like, how couldn't he tell?
Everything was like, yeah, this is just really
Like,
bad. And I was like, that's that I only don't like that because TV is like influencing the people.
mm-hmm,
I don't want people to think that they can just go and do that because that's
exactly.
a huge like red flag. And that can get a lot of people in trouble without even like I was feeling bad for the guy because it was like, well, she's leading him on. It's like, well, you should know, but
Mhm.
also she's not telling you, so you don't know. You only know
Right.
what you think.
But
And I guess as a
I
freshman in
mean,
college, you're horny, so you're gonna,
not to like body shame, but like she doesn't even look that developed, even though she's probably
that's what
a
I'm.
for real life grown
That's what
woman
I'm
in real life. But
saying. This was just a lot of. This was just a lot of. You got to know something.
because
You
with
got
some
to
of the
when you get to
tops
college,
that
you got
she
an
was,
ID check.
because some of the tops that she was wearing, I was like, you can barely tell that she had anything going on up here. So I'm like, she doesn't really look like a grown adult. And
Yeah, I
you
just
just
didn't. I didn't like any of these kids in adult situations. I didn't like that he was going to a cabin full of high schoolers. That's already weird. Like you
oh
voluntarily were going to the
yeah.
cabin that's full of.
But he was only
Yeah,
18 and they like 16, 17 around.
that's a big jump. That's a big jump. That's a big legal jump. That's a big. I don't know.
He was like, I just turned 18 last month, so was his excuse.
Yeah, it just turned illegal last month. Yeah. Like, it would be different if he was 17 and then
um,
they were together and then he turned 18.
but I think in
But
Georgia it's legal to be in a relationship with somebody who's like 17, you're 18. So I think it's
I
actually
forgot they were in the South.
legal.
They were in the South. I
I mean, yeah,
forget that.
it makes sense.
They were in the South.
Exactly. So it
Yeah.
makes sense as to why this 18-year-old was basically dating a 17-year-old. But to be playing around with the poop though, and
That was
taking it,
gross.
I'm
That
like,
was mad. And you got your girl out here changing a tire while you playing in poop? No, no,
I was so
no.
happy she dumped him. Like if she
I
stayed
was
with
so
him,
happy. I was like, she needs to know her worth because she's a lot prettier than that. A lot prettier than
exactly.
changing a tire on the side of the road after he with this rinky dink car. Why did you think this was gonna work? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Mm-mm.
And the fact that he didn't know that sound was a blown tire in the first place, like you don't hear that your inside of your car got this loud, and he's gonna
I would have called
continue
my dad and
driving.
be like, "Look, I would have called my dad and be like, look, this is the situation. I'm sorry I'm in it, but I need you to get me out of here. This is BS."
Right, and then her dad
Yeah.
for lying to her. Oh,
Okay, so here's how he shouldn't have lied. He should have took the job though. That's a great job. That's a great opportunity. And I'm sorry, but you like this house, you like this mansion, you like all this money. This is what I have to do to keep it. So that's a great job. He shouldn't have lied though.
but your current job was doing just fine, and you was able to manage this. Well, I mean, they did have another kid on the way, so I can see that, but I'm like, you couldn't be like you couldn't wait for opportunity to happen here. Like, how many
I
times
mean,
are
I just feel like there wasn't an opportunity
I
there. That's
mean, like, how
Stanford.
many
Stanford. Well,
times?
and then think about
I
it.
mean,
She's
it is
set for
Stanford.
college. She's set for college. That's a 4-year ride for free
True.
to Stanford. Like, sweetheart, what are you doing after? What are you doing after this high school with this? Like, I don't know, sweetie. I don't know. But he didn't have
I
to
mean,
lie. I didn't like the
I
lie.
felt for her though. Like, how many times are you gonna uproot me from when I'm finally comfortable, and you keep uprooting me
I did
once I
feel
get
that too.
comfortable?
I moved a lot as a kid. I went to 3 different fifth grades, like in the span
What?
of 1 year. 3 different fifth grades. Yeah. So I completely understand the moving part. I went to 3 different. So I went to So my parents got divorced back when I was in like fourth or fifth grade, and then I went
Hmm.
to my dad for fifth grade, and then he moved 3 times in the year in like 3 different schools. So
Oh
it
my
was wild.
goodness.
And I finally graduated. Then I moved back with my mom for sixth grade, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And then I moved back with my dad for ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. So I completely understand
Yeah, that's a
the
lot of moving.
yeah, yeah. My friends, but I would get close to my friends, and then now I'm shipped off to the next Sim City. And it's like, well,
Right. That's
dang,
something that has to be so.
it's
That
shitty, but it's like,
it has to bring down
oh,
your
okay,
social life. Like, how do you get them social skills when you're constantly being shipped around?
it honestly helps it because it's a new environment. You're always the new kid. So
That
you got to
sucks.
sell yourself. So then, because then after high school, I came to Vegas. This is Brent, and I'm the only person who knew me here.
Oh my goodness, couldn't did it because I literally went to the same school from sixth grade all the way till I graduated high school.
Oh yeah, nope. I yeah. The only
But
cool thing was that my sisters, I have 2 sisters. We all went to the same middle school,
mhm.
but that was it. High school, we've all been to different
See,
ones, and I went to.
I was lucky though because my middle school was inside of a high school at that point. So then when they decided to shut down the middle school and just turn it back into a full high school, like some was like, "Hey, we don't want to move schools." So what was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be my eighth grade year, they had us doing freshman classwork. So I was
Oh,
actually
nice.
able to graduate high school a year early because
Yeah,
of that. So I'm like, yeah, it worked out perfect.
it was wild. So my high school, I guess I went to 3 different high schools too. My
Oh my goodness.
first semester of ninth grade, I was in Lancaster, and then at the end of that first semester, I went to Inglewood to live with my dad. And then from then till senior year, I was at Inglewood High School. And then we moved to Hawthorne. We moved a couple times, but we moved. We ended up landing. We lived at downtown LA, but I was going to Hawthorne.
Hmm.
It was so bad. We lived right around the corner from Hawthorne at the beginning of the school year. And then my dad hated that apartment, so he wanted to move. And we ended up moving to downtown LA. Downtown LA is an hour away from Hawthorne.
Oh,
So
that's
this
a big
was
move.
and when we moved over to Hawthorne, that's when I left Inglewood to go to Hawthorne. So then in the middle of Hawthorne, we moved to downtown LA.
Hmm.
And my dad's like, you may have to switch schools. You may have to go to LA High. First of all, I don't want to go there. I really don't want to go there. It's either LA High or East Los Angeles High School. I don't want to go to neither one of those. They're really bad high schools. So I'm telling him,
Mm-mm.
I'm begging him, look, please don't move me out of this school. I will take the hour commute. I had to take 2 trains and a bus to get to school my senior year
Oh
to
my
stay at
goodness.
Hawthorne
Could
because I
not
was like,
do it.
I can't leave. I can't reestablish myself in a semester. Like
Right.
I got my right group of friends here. I happen to fit into the popular group. I
Right.
can't do that again at another school in the middle of the year. That's just impossible. So 2 trains and a bus to get to
That
school
is a
for
lot.
my senior year. Yeah, it was wild, and I played sports, so it was a lot.
So since you like, I know I'm supposed to be talking about Love Victor, but So you like the first person I met that's from Inglewood. Is it like on TV
No, not
in
at all.
movies and stuff?
Not so. When I went to Inglewood from Lancaster, those kids were telling me, "Dude, you're gonna die like week one. You're gonna die. It's gangs, it's all that stuff."
Mm-hmm.
And when I first went to Inglewood High School, my very first day, one of my old like best friends, he got into a fight, a huge fight, like the very first day. And I was just sitting there. I remember I was texting my mom, like, I am terrified because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, and all I'm hearing from Lancaster kids, like, you're gonna die, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get in the gang.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like on the basketball court, and it's just this huge fight. He then started something with this dude, and it's this huge. Everybody's running toward. This is the first time I'm really seeing like a high school fight. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm looking around, keep my head on the swivel because I'm looking for the guns, I'm looking for the gangs, I'm looking for all that stuff that I heard about. So I'm getting to a distance. I'm texting my mom. Oh my God, they're fighting. Like I went to like this building and just sat in there for like the first like couple weeks of going to Inglewood because I was just
Mm-hmm.
it was in my own head and what I've been taught is Inglewood's scary. There are definitely gangs and stuff and all that stuff, but it's like you have to really like go be a part of it if you want to
Okay.
be a part of it. They don't just force you to just join it unless you're there. If
Okay.
you're in there nosy in the business, then yeah, you might get put on. But like you're not. They don't force it on you. I knew a whole lot of gangbangers. Like I was a smart kid in school, so they needed me to graduate. So I kind of like yeah, it was so great. It was almost like a deal. Like you guys don't fuck with me, and I will help you. I'll do your homework. I'll pass your class. I got you guys. But I'm also a journalist, so I wanted to like talk, and I wanted to like hear what people
Right.
had to say, like in their game, like why are you in it? Like what are you doing? And they respected me for that. I didn't come at them disrespectful or anything. I would come
Mm-hmm.
in like, hey, like I see that you're an Inglewood family. How did you get into that? We're middle school. Like how did you or we're in high school? How did you even get put on? And how are you doing drugs? How are you doing that? And they would
Right.
they would honestly have like a conversation with me.
Oh
Yeah, I
wow.
wanted to do it. Yeah, my family's in it, so I did it, and
That
it was
is
like, oh
very
okay.
interesting. I was the dumb kid,
Mm-hmm.
so
They're and what's crazy is they're very normal kids. Like they just happen to be in a gang. Like
mm.
outside of all this, they just happen to be in a gang. Like that's their
I
extracurricular. I
mean,
play
but
football. They
it's
gang
it
bang.
sounds like you were hanging out with kids who probably had a body count.
Some of them, yeah, they could have. Yeah, some of them could have had a body count. And it was like that's not for me to interrogate. I'm not the police,
True.
but I'm gonna keep what I know at a distance because I don't need to know too much. Because if I know too
Right.
much, then you might as well be involved. No. I just need to know the surface level. Just so I
Right.
need to know who not to. I just need to know. So I can't bring you and you together in the same room. Got it.
True.
Or
So
else I'm caught in the crossfire.
right. So to get back on topic, the wedding. So the whole wedding scene,
Mm-hmm.
when what was it? Felix, I think Lake was sitting next to each other and she asked where Benji was at, and Felix told Lake that Victor came with Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, no, you can't put two nines together or something like that. She was saying, because that's always calls for something. I did not believe her. And then when that whole scene went down at the wedding, I said, oh my God, why did she have to be right?
I forgot. First of all, Pilar is messy. Let me just talk about that.
Okay,
Pilar is messy from season one. She was messy at the dance.
she was.
She is messy. That's her issue. She's always in everybody's business and she doesn't have any of her own. That's another thing I didn't like
She
about
really
her.
didn't have
She
any
is in
business in the first season.
she is in everybody's business. And it's like, why would you go and stir up who did you kiss? Who did you kiss that's named it B at your job? Sweetie. Like
It's none of your
you couldn't have
business what I'm doing.
What exactly? One is none of your business. Two, you could have pulled me off to the side. You didn't have to go
Exactly.
tell Benji, the only other B at the place, that I'm kissing people named B. Like, you didn't have to go tell Benji's boyfriend that I'm kissing people named B, and something happened on the trip.
And you didn't put
Like,
two and two together that
whose
your
sister are
brother and
you?
Benji went on a trip together.
Whose sister are you? Like,
Exactly.
like, oh my! You could have asked me. You found that first of all, you went snooping in my room.
Right.
You found it in my room, so you could have right then and there. You could have been like, "What is this?" But instead, you wouldn't try to be a reporter, and that's what you're not. You should not do what you're not.
Right. Oh wait, before we get too deep into the wedding scene, I want to talk about the mom walking in on Benji and Victor.
They were wrong. They were
Let's get
completely
it
wrong.
on.
They were completely wrong. They were completely wrong in that situation. And his brother was in the next room. They were completely wrong.
Yeah, it'd have been funny if the brother would have walked in on that. Like, oh
Yeah,
my
well,
goodness.
because what if that would have happened? Yeah, they were completely in the
But
wrong.
the brother, I'm so happy the little brother was more understanding than the mom
The
was in the
brother
whole
was like, "Oh,
situation.
okay,
Like, I'm
yeah,
happy you found your something, he has said.
yeah."
But
Kids are always very
at
understanding.
least they told us who was doing what position. I mean, that was one of my things that was going through my head, like who was what in the relationship.
They were a verse though. I thought they were like a verse couple. They looked like they both were,
I see Victor as the total bottom.
I can also see that though. I think yeah, yeah. I thought Victor would have probably tried it, but I don't know. I think Victor's definitely
Yeah,
Benji's definitely given, and Victor's definitely happily receiving.
yeah, I
I
agree with
don't
that.
know about with Raheem though.
Yeah,
Actually, yes,
I
I
was
do. Never
wondering
mind.
about
Yes,
that.
I do. Yes, I do.
So you think
Raheem got
Raheem
it.
is
I'm sorry.
going? You think Raheem's gonna be the on the
Raheem,
dominant?
Raheem, I think has it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, yeah, I think Raheem. I think he's confident. He's really confident. So
Yes,
I think he's confident for a reason.
right. And it
Yeah.
was so crazy because at the wedding when Benji had walked in on them and stuff, and I was just like, I mean, like, dude, you came a little bit too late, but
Benji, you're
I
not
mean, at least
here,
you
first
came
of all. Second of
around.
all, you've been ghosting him and they're
True,
just dancing. So go up there and say something. Don't
exactly.
just stand
Instead of
there and then walk away. Like,
right making this whole dramatic exit. Although I
mm-hmm.
live for dramatic exits because I love doing dramatic exits, but that's not the point. Is
But I mean, at
that
least
wasn't the time for a
get
dramatic
some,
exit.
yeah, get some information first before you dramatic exit.
Right. So then when Raheem went in for that kiss, though, I was just like, and Victor didn't stop it. I said, "Oh
Hey,
shit."
that's how my boyfriend got me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We were just chilling after a movie night, and then he was like, "You know what? I've been trying to do something, and I'm gonna do it." And I said, "Well, hey, go for it." And then and I was like, I was like, "Oh, fireworks! Oh my gosh!" Okay,
Oh
so
my
yeah,
goodness.
hey, sometimes you gotta go for it. And Victor was giving all the signs. I'm
Eh,
glad Raheem went for it.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
still upset because I was kind of still Team Benji a little.
yeah, Benji lost me once. Benji really lost me when he walked away. Like first, you didn't come to
Yeah,
the
that
wedding.
really made me mad.
Yeah, you didn't come to the wedding. You've been ghosting, and then you didn't even you when you got to the wedding. After okay, first of all, you already said you're not going, so yes, I have to find a new date. Like,
Exactly. I'm not afraid to go
like
alone.
I'm not gonna go to the wedding alone. You're not gonna fuck up my plans because you don't want to go. Like I'm down to go with you. If you don't want to go, that's fine. I'm gonna
Exactly.
go find another person, and we're gonna go and have a good time. I can't go there and be sad that you're not here because
Exactly.
that's fucked up to Raheem. So
They
yeah,
did
no,
look
that's
so cute together though. Him and Victor, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Only thing is for next season, I hope they don't use so much makeup on Victor because he looked painted the whole entire
Victor
season.
did look painted. The
I'm
whole
like,
I you know what one thing I'm so happy that they stopped with Victor. Victor is not a basketball player. We need to stop that. That
why?
shot
I
that
like the whole
he
jock
can't
thing on
shoot.
Victor.
He
I
can't
mean, he need to
shoot.
rehearse the shooting a little bit more, but
That was so like uncoordinated. He can't even like run. Like it was so uncoordinated. And I was like, dude, they
I
didn't
mean,
have to do.
it wasn't no
He could
worse
play
than
football.
this Andrew because he didn't look like whenever they did show
But
him
at
playing,
least
he ain't
he
shooting
had the
out one
build.
shot.
He at least had the build to play basketball. This dude, Victor, man, man,
He even
please.
look like a little Steph Curry.
Steph Curry got some muscle definition and got a shot. He can act like a this dude Victor was like shooting like I don't know what he was doing. Like he was like I was just like, dang, they could have at least gave him a good jumper, a
They could
little
have taught him
flick, like
something.
a nice little something. He could have at least held his arm like that. He could have at least
Right.
did 11 basketball moment.
Like
No,
he didn't have the Latin flavor onto his shot. Or
that's what I'm saying.
are they Latin or are they Mexican? Like what are they?
I think they were. They said it too because they said they were not Mexican. They specified that they were not
Okay, I'm
Mexican,
like, so I couldn't remember what they
but
were. I'm like, I know there's
they had
something.
said it. Yeah, they said it, but they had specified that they were not Mexican.
Which is weird because like the like Pilar and the other little boy can pull off being whatever they are, but I thought like Victor was like some Indian kid at first. I'm like, no, he looks more
I can
Indian
see
than he
that.
did.
I can see like a Salvadorian too, or something like
Yeah,
that. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I'm like, okay, but yeah,
Yeah,
that whole was I think they Benji could have handled that whole wedding scene totally different. And then the part where there was like who house he was at, like so you clearly can tell who house he was at.
So was that one? I don't know whose house he was at.
It looks like Raheem's house.
But Raheem had a different porch. Right, the color scheme on the house wasn't the same. That's what I was confused at. That was
See, now
I
you're
don't
gonna
know
have to
whose
have
house
me go
that
back
was.
and rewatch it all over
That's what,
again.
that's what I was saying. So at the end, my boyfriend was like, he went to Raheem. Was like, that was not Raheem's like doorbell.
Because
That wasn't his whole situation.
but when he went to Benji's house though, and he was like coming out the front door,
That
they didn't
wasn't
have
Benji's house either.
no wait, the one
I
where
don't
he
know whose house he went
no when
to.
he was coming out the house with the with his sponsor guy, they didn't have no
Yeah,
porch.
that's what I'm saying. I
So
don't know
that's why I
whose house
figured it was
Victor went
Raheem's
to.
house because like Benji's
That's
house
what
didn't have a front porch.
that's what I thought at first too. But why would they even make that like a decision? Like we like that wasn't even like a cliffhanger if he was going to Raheem's house. We know that he was going to choose. Benji just told him to fuck off. Basically, we knew he was going to go to.
And by Victor being an emotional creature, he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna be one of those people who feel like he has to be in a relationship. He can't be alone, and I can still so see that happening with Victor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna
He
be
has
struggling
to
with that.
be, and it's just like Victor,
But I can
go
see
experience yourself. First of all,
Raheem
you guys are in
and
high school, so
I
you
can
guys really
see
haven't
Raheem
experienced
and
anything.
Benji though having this like real huge fight scene in the next season. I can see
Yes,
it
I
happen. I
want
want
it
it.
because Raheem is confident. Raheem is confident. I like that.
Although
But he's not going to be aggressive.
right, although that dude that he met at the coffee shop kind of pissed me off a little. Way how he just judged him like that, like that kind.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but I feel like I would have finished the date at least. I would have just like stopped the date and be like, this isn't working. I would have at least like finished the whole situation and then like afterwards, because maybe it would have worked. Maybe you could have got past like your own little things. Maybe it could have worked. Because like people are good people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like how he just ended the date because that's not okay. That's really shitty.
Yeah,
You,
I
yeah, I didn't like that.
I've gotten better at doing stuff.
I was like if I'm talking to a person on like an app and like I'm not feeling it, I'll like try to like nicely like, oh okay, well I'll talk to you another time
Exactly.
or something like that. I'm not just gonna like, okay, I don't like you, I don't like this about you, and this isn't it.
Yeah,
That's just kind of like that's rude, you know?
I'm happy I haven't had to really do the whole dating scene now because it's been 4 years for me since.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and yeah, it's like the last year been more of me fussing, but
It's so funny. My boyfriend has like this like he has all his like gay friends, and I don't really have like gay guy friends. Like I have like
me
guys who
either.
I have like friends who are guys that are gay that like we like I know like through I don't know them because like we're all gay. I know them because we were friends before that. But I'm like friends with his friends now, and they all like hate my like Tinder story, and they hate my like they hate my story because it was like so happy, it was so easy. I came out, went on Tinder. I was on Tinder for a week,
Mm-hmm.
and my boyfriend was like the first guy I talked to on there, and I got off Tinder right like literally right
Oh,
after it. Yeah, it was. I'm like a poster boy for Tinder. Like if Tinder heard my story, they would want me to shout it from the rooftop. Like Tinder worked like completely. So I tell that to like we were at my first time going to a gay bar was like a couple weeks ago, and I was telling them the story, and they were just like, "You bitch! Like we're happy for you, but like I hate you for your story. I hate you because we're sitting here on apps like meeting like trash guy after trash guy, and then you guys just match perfectly." And I was like, "Yeah, everybody likes Merc. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's what I do."
it takes time, but at the same time, you got to when you get on there, you got to know what you want. So instead of wasting your time on something that you know you don't want, just go after what you want.
I had a very long bio. I had like 6 or 7 things in my bio, like 1 through 6 of like, this is me. So just understand that this is what you're getting, basically.
Oh my goodness, you one of them
And then
people.
because I was like, I don't like, I didn't want to just feel like a whack bio. Because like, I'm actually on here to like look for somebody. Like my Grinder bio is just like, here to have fun and chill. But like my
Mm-hmm.
Tinder one, I'm not, I don't want to hear to have fun and chill because like I don't know what that entails now that I'm like actually like open and out with it. I don't know what all that entails. Behind the closed doors, like nobody didn't know my name. That's different. Like I'm down for whatever. Like with my name and face attached to it. Let's get to know each other. Let's talk. Let's meet. All that stuff. And my boyfriend, he actually he said the right things. I had this like car story on my bio, And the first thing he said was, "Okay, so I would like to hear about the car story." And I love telling stories, so I was like, "Okay, do you want the
Hmm.
long version or the short version?" And he was like, "Give me the long version. Like I want to hear it all." And I was like, "Okay, sure."
Okay, what part of the
And
bio did you have this car story in? Was it towards the end or in the middle?
it was like the middle.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you
I
did
don't
get it.
have a car. I don't have a car, and it's a very good reason, like very funny reason why.
So that
Every time
means you got
I
a good
learn how
catch
to.
then, because that means you actually took the time to read the whole entire bio. Most people don't do that.
That's that's what I'm saying. So when he read that was already my first thing was that he read the whole bio. So
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I'm a little interested because that means you actually took the time to read it.
Exactly.
And then when we were laying one night, I had asked him, I was like, okay, so like what what is this? Like it was after like we kissed and everything. So like what are we? Like, should I be, he was like, well, I've already deleted all my apps, so I know what I want. And I was like,
Oh, snaps.
oh, I said, oh, I literally deleted my app. Like, oh, okay, got
Oh,
it,
right.
got it, yes, sir. Whoa, you know what you want? Whew,
So, like, are
you
y'all
come and
living
get it
together
then.
already or no?
We're not living together in anything. We've only been together for 4 months, so I don't want to like rush into anything.
But
But
because
today was
it's been 4 years
today was the
for me,
first
and
day. Today
we
was the
still don't live
first
together.
day he went to work from here. He's coming back afterwards.
Oh,
So yeah, he just got a new job. It's like his schedule's switching around.
hmm.
Yeah, he's like a great big brother to his like family. So he has to like usually he has to like go be a big brother in the
Hmm.
morning. But now his new job, he has to like switch his schedule around. So now
See,
he sleeps
yeah,
here and then he goes to
we still
work and
don't live together. I like my own space,
see, and that's
so
what I'm saying.
it's
I'm going through a situation now with like my current living situation. And I'm like, I'm really hesitant on like living with people because I'm just like, it always starts off great, but it's the ending that is like always, is shaky. And I would just hate for us to we're great 4 months in. We've been able to talk about everything and anything,
hmm.
especially with me. Like this is I guess like TMI, but like our libidos are like off. Like really like he like I'm a I can go every like all the time, anytime. I'm a fun guy.
Hmm.
He's more of like a homebody, like a chill, when it happens kind of guy. But we were even able to talk about that. Like in our beginning stages, that was like not like an issue with me, but that was like a something that I had to understand. Like, well, now that you have a boyfriend now, you can, you don't have to go
Yeah,
hook up with hooking up isn't like a thing. Like
right.
you have like you have like on demand. Like
That's
so
part.
like
Actually, the best part. You don't have to go out searching.
exactly, yeah. And like it wasn't like something I had to like understand, but it was something that I had to like process that like, hey, well, he's not like into that whole scene and like hooking up and stuff like how I was.
Hmm.
So he never did all that stuff. Like my whole phase is like done. My whole phase is officially over. So yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, it was like getting out of the whole phase with being my only phase of like that like part of the community. I was like, well, like I have a boyfriend now, so let's fuck. Like,
At
but
least you got out of it early, because there's some people in their 40s and they're still in it.
yeah, no, really, the show kind of like actually, or no, the show. Have you ever seen Looking?
No,
It's a show called Looking. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. It actually really like opened my eyes to like,
let me add that in my phone.
yeah, it's a pretty good show. The main character pisses me off because he's like a traditional like white gay guy, and
Hmm.
it's just like he says and does some things that's just like, okay, like you're trying,
Hmm.
but they go over that. That's the point. That was the point of the show. So I understand. But
Makes
yeah, no, it
sense.
really it kind of like opened my eyes to like not slow down, like watch the libido and stuff like that, but like it really like opened my eyes to like this is my boyfriend, like this is my man and all that stuff. So
make you
yeah.
make you feel
It
all warm and fuzzy on the inside.
really and that's a lot of these shows have done. Like that's a lot of like Love Victor made me feel like that. Like oh like I gotta I like you. Like I was really happy like that he even introduced me to the show. I was happy the night he took me to the gay bar. It was like eye opening. Like
Right.
the gay bar was really dope because it was like it was a normal bar. It wasn't like anything. There wasn't rainbows all over the place. People weren't fucking in all over the floor. It was a normal bar with normal people. Everybody was just sitting there normal.
Right.
Like, and I was like, it's so cool. I was expecting like karaoke, drag queens, makeup, stuff like that. No, it was just there were sports on. I was sitting there watching the game.
See, you're in a point in age now where the gay bars are a lot different compared to when I was 23. So.
Now he told me this was not one of those gay bars. He said there are those that are a little more wild and stuff, and we just haven't gone to those yet. He's like, he didn't want to like throw me into it, and I was like, well, that's what I was expecting. Really.
That's the same. Like,
even
just for younger people now, like we didn't have the same outlets as a lot of the younger people did now. Like we didn't have TV shows and all that other stuff. That was
exactly.
Only thing we had was like Noah's Ark, or we had Logo, but all they showed was Noah's Ark, and then they took that off, so they just played the Golden Girls mostly. So it's like we didn't have a lot of these TV shows to like have something to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, oh my god, I'm like a hair away from 30, but
no, that's why I'm so grateful for like the time that I'm in and like the experience that I've been able to do. Like, cause I feel like on the other end of like this like whole experience, I've done all like the crazy like wild stuff like you do in your whole phase, but he hasn't. So it's like I've loved that we're able to talk about those like stories, like talk about like crazy stuff I've done and like stuff I've just experienced while like coming like finding out about myself. And it's like it's just like it's really fun to compare the stories because it's like he hasn't done that, but he's been out since like college. Like he's been out for years now.
Oh wow.
He
no whole face.
No whole face. He didn't have a whole face.
What is wrong with him?
That's I love him. But he said he just doesn't. He has to he has to have like passion behind it. He has to like the person.
No, the problem was he didn't have the friends that encourage bad decisions. You need to have those friends that encourage bad decisions.
That also, I guess I didn't have anybody to tell me no. So
exactly.
I just told myself, well, hey, look, dude, if you want to go do it, do it.
Exactly.
I remember I told my best friend, in college, she's still my best friend now. I told her, she's also lesbian. She came out in college and she came out like to me. I was gonna do it at the same time as she did it, but I was like, I don't really know if that's my life choice. I'm not really sure if that's what I want to go for. But I had told her like freshman year was like the first time I like really like I think I spent the night with the guy, or it was wild. It was a cool night. We didn't do like everything that you would do in a night. We kind of just like foreplayed a little bit and just like talked because I was still nervous. I was still like, I'm not about to just all the way jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a person like from our school, like because that's a relationship. And I'm new here, it's college.
You actually remember?
Yeah. Yes, because it was great. It was a great time because he was a really dope guy. He was really cool, really like eye-opening. We talked the whole night. We didn't even sleep because we just talked the whole night.
I barely remember half the people.
So I remember him.
I can tell people I drink.
remember him, and then I remember him, and then I told my boyfriend, I was like, some people like a lot of them. I don't remember their names. And I remember when we first started, he was like we like asked like how many people we've been with. He was like, I can count them on my hand. I was like, let's just not do that. So let's just.
Because I remember,
just not talk about that.
I can't believe this is already this 8 years ago. Wow. I had turned 21, and I remember I had woke up. I didn't have an underwear. Don't know what happened.
See, I don't blame you.
So somebody asked me what happened. Like I don't know.
I don't blame you. Because college is fun. That I went to college at 17. So 17 to 22, I believe, was a great time. It was a wild, experiencing time. I learned a lot. Let's say that. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about a lot of people. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not like a judgy person. That's why I can understand where everybody's coming from, because I have done a lot. So, if I explain everything that I've done, somebody judge me and be like, well, you didn't think that way about me before I said that.
Right.
So, yeah. So,
I started and I was like, you know what? College is not for me. It took me 2 years to figure that out. Like, know what?
I'm glad that it's
and
good
I
that you
think
figured it out.
and I
So,
think it was because I think I should have. Well, one part of me told me like, maybe I should have stayed in high school that extra year because when I went, everybody around me was so much older. So I had just turned 17. So like my birthday was in February, and
oh
I
yeah.
graduated in June, and so I had just literally turned 17, and I'm already a high
Hmm.
school graduate going to college. And I was like, yeah, maybe I was a little bit too young when I started this
Yeah,
experiment.
luckily I went to college at 17, but I was turning 18 that November.
And see, that's the whole
So,
point. My whole entire freshman year, I was 17. Like,
mhm.
so I'm
I
like,
had a
I
friend
wasn't.
like that. I had a friend like that. She turned 17 that summer
See,
before
yeah.
college. And she was wild though. She was I love her. I love her to death. She's like one of my close friends too. But she
I
was
mean,
she
but
was a
it was
little
kind of
wild.
hard to do like what the other people were doing because like at this time I couldn't even legally even go buy cigarettes for for the group if I wanted to. So it's just like
My fraternity had to sneak me into our Halloween party that we hosted on the strip because it was 18 and up. And they were like, well, dude, we're sorry, you're 17. You can't come. And I remember we were running security and they were like, all right, if you come right now, like the next 30 minutes, we can try to sneak you in.
oh
And I
wow.
remember I was with the girl who was also 17 and she was like, Mark, let's go. I was like, okay, fuck it, let's go. Call the Uber, let's do it. And we called him. He got us there like right after my fraternity got done being security. So I had to sneak over. There was like this red like rope, and
Mhm.
all my friends, amazing bad bitches, of course. That was my thing in college. I was the only guy in a gaggle of women. It was amazing, and maybe that was a tell. I don't know. I'm not like a flamboyant type of like person, especially at that age, because I was really trying to like show that I'm not gay or
Mhm.
anything. And like the girl, I just vibe well with girls more than guys. Guys are always looking to fuck, and I personally hate that like mentality of like let's go to the club to go find girls to fuck. I want to go to the club to go dance and have a good time, get drunk. What happens happens.
Yeah.
Guys, at that age is really all concerned about one thing, and it's really it's gross to me. It's like okay, cool. So all my friends are girls, and they were very tall. We're not tiny people. So great full body women, amazing.
See,
They
even at your age, I didn't do the club scene. I mostly like bars.
so I don't even like the club scene and all that stuff. This was just a party that I was like, it's my first time. I'm not gonna sit at home. It was a Halloween party, and it was my
True.
fraternity's Halloween party for like homecoming that I had just participated in. So it's like I need to be there.
Right.
So they had all the security guys. Like we saw the security, and I was like, okay, well shoot, I can't go. All my friends, they looked at me. They were like, Mark, come over here. Like all the girls, they were like, Mark, come over here to this red rope. I said, what? They're like, hop over it right now. We're blocking the security. Hop over it. I was like, dude, we can get in trouble. The girl, right over. And she was real skinny, tiny ballerina type girl. She hopped right over. I said, oh my God, no way. We're gonna get in so much trouble. They said, Mark, hop over and stop being a bitch. Okay.
That's be like,
Okay.
right, okay, let's do it.
All right, you're right. Hop over and stop being a bitch. And I got over there like, hey, turn up, and we just walked into the party. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It,
It's great because my
mm-hmm.
best friend, I actually met her my freshman year of high school, and we still friends to this day. And um she's one of those people that encouraged me to become a better drinker because I used to be a lightweight. And then
Oh,
now that she became a mom, I'm the alcoholic now. The friendship. We
I guess that
literally we went to a baseball game and we literally had two Long Islands. I'm like, hey, I'm about to go get another one. She's like, no, I'm drunk already. I'm like, what?
know what you're talking about.
I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, no. So then we ended up leaving the baseball game, going to a bar, and then they even have she was like, oh, we're going to drink. I was like, I don't know, just like order something. And then like, okay, she's like, we'll drink some more Long Islands. I'm like, well, okay, let's do it. And then she had another drink, and then these other two guys bought me two more drinks. I'm like, now at this point, I don't have about 6 or 7 Long Islands in,
See,
and
I'm waiting to
she's
get
still
drinks
going
off
off
of
her
me.
third one. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Be like, you.
That'll be me. That'll be me. Oh my gosh. I used to be able to drink. I had a drinking prime. I'm a weed smoker. So like I had a drinking prime. That was college. It was over. That was like freshman year. Once I realized the wonders of weed, I was like, oh yeah,
But I
drinking just
couldn't
went like
turn it down. It was free drinks. The last
no, and
two.
I feel that I'm not turning down a free drink. Oh no, I'm not turning down a free drink. So like, no, you know, keep them coming, and I'm a drink. But like,
Right.
I may pass them off to my boyfriend. You know.
Right. I ended up stumbling back home. Still got up at like 5 o'clock that morning to go come home, get dressed, and then go to work. And I
I'm
think I
about to
worked
say
like a 12. I worked like 12-hour shift that day. I don't know how I made
oh, I'm about to say I'll do a
it.
brunch. The last time I did brunch was on 420, and I actually recorded a podcast episode that day. I was so drunk after like the brunch. I came home and I remember this is so disgusting. I came home. My boyfriend was driving us back, and he was looking at me as we were pulling into my apartment complex. And he was like, "You good?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he had to like park the car. But I was about to throw up. It was gonna be so bad. And I was like, I don't want to throw up in the car. So he looked at me one last time before he was about to park. He's like, "You good?" And all I did was point at like a parking space. He just went right there. I opened the door, everywhere, and I was like, I feel a lot better. Let's get to the
I only
apartment.
done that once in my whole time. I
Yeah,
haven't works because
it's
like
so bad.
because I know like because when we wrap up, I actually I'm recording an actual episode, another episode I should say at 7 with my co-host. I'm like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty wasted by the time I get to that point.
I feel that. I used to do mimosas with Mark with mimosas until I realized, wow, Mark, you can't. You are a lightweight. You can't have 4 mimosas an episode because you are going to be drunk at the end of it.
I mean, but that'd be the best content though.
I remember I used to drink with one like mimosa, and I used to like have it, and then I was like zooted about 10 minutes into my 20-minute podcast, like to the point where it was like, so my 420 episode, I was in my bed and I was asking my boyfriend, like, hey, should I even record an episode today? I'm really fucked up. Like, I'm really drunk. And he was like, if you feel like you can. I said, fuck it. I got up. I got up. I didn't do a video one because I was like, dude, I'm too fucked up to do it, to get myself together. So I just grabbed my microphone, I pressed record on my own roadcaster, and I started my episode. And I was like, you guys, I am fucked up right now, but I'm gonna give you guys this episode. I did it. I edited it and put it out before it was like set to be released. Like, or I put it out on time and everything was good. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I did it. I still don't know to this day how I did it because I do not like remember. I don't even know what I said in that episode.
Oh
Like, I just
wow.
remember I did it. I recorded it for 20 minutes and
Oh
I sent it off.
wow.
And people loved it. People said it was hilarious. And I was like, hey, you know, maybe I just have a second. Maybe I just have a knack for this
Because it was real. That's why I tell people. A lot of people are like, "Hey, what should I expect in your podcast?" I'm like, "Be you," because the whole point of it is to be real. Like mine's is real. Like I say, typically mine's is real, unedited, and it is raw. So it's like the same way
mm-hmm.
how you're hearing this when it's being recorded is how it happened. Like how you hearing this is how it happened.
Yes. See,
And
my only editing is like just like sound. I just make sure like everything sounds right. Other
there's
than
a
that,
that and I add in the intro and the outro music, and that's it.
mm-hmm,
And
yep,
other than that, like
yep,
when they hear it, when you hear this, it's just how it was recorded.
mm-hmm. That's
Like,
exactly what I was feeling in that moment, and that's what I said. You know, I hate like I don't like cutting stuff out. No, because if I said it, if you say it, you got to stick by it. And you know,
right.
if somebody comes after you, you got to defend yourself. Like you said it, so like what, you know, yeah,
Exactly.
you got to
You
say
have to
it.
do that. How long have we
Mm-hmm.
been going on this? Oh shoot, I should probably wrap
I'm
it
gonna say
up
probably like an hour,
before I get too long.
right?
um so just to wrap things up, I want to thank Mark for joining me on this episode. Don't forget to check out Mark on
Mimosas with Mark, you know.
it just it threw me off. I was expecting I was
Yeah. My mom actually made it for me. Yeah.
really
Yeah. She got this cricket thing for I think it was her birthday last year or Christmas or whatever. And she made me all kinds of stuff.
she is so
So,
creative. I wish my mom was
yeah.
that creative.
It's something that she picked up during COVID, you know.
I wanted to thank you for joining me on this episode. Let the people know where they can find you at.
You guys can find me I guess, on Instagram at Mimosas with Mark podcast and on all streaming platforms, Mimosas with Mark. And we we drop episodes every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So be there, be lit. Make sure you grab a mimosa glass because you're gonna need it. Season 6, episode 2 just dropped this past Tuesday, and it's honestly one of my best episodes. So I'm hearing So go ahead, and with that episode, you're gonna need 2 glasses because it's real. It's everything is wild in these parts. So
I've been going back. I started from the beginning. So now you're gonna have me jump all the way ahead.
I mean, personally, season 6 is where it's at. From what I've heard, season 6 is where it's at. So
I'm just finding my niche still. Now that I added a co-host, I'm still finding my niche still. But but you gonna have me go jump to this episode now to figure out.
I'm so honestly
what's going on.
What I'm doing after I get off of this, after I get done with you, I'm going to go back to clipping that episode because I'm putting out the videos of it today. Mm-hmm. So if you guys follow me on Mimosas with Mark podcast, you will definitely see the clips of that episode, and they are hilarious. It's only taking me so long because I keep laughing at myself at how funny, it's hilarious.
Those are the best episodes ever. Mm-hmm. I've been finding a lot of my drunk episodes is my best ones. Although my co-host, she goes live on TikTok. So a lot of our episodes, now I think we have enough episodes where I think it's planned out always the first week of July or something like that. It's enough episodes recorded.
Nice.
It'd be crazy because people be like, hey, what's on the podcast episode this week that's coming out? I'm like, I don't know. It was recorded so long ago. I don't know. I don't know.
Find out. I'll find out with you.
Exactly. It was a month ago. So I'm like, I don't know. Like you said, we'll find out together. But yeah, it's fun. And it's a nice experience, and I get to meet new people doing this also. So I'm loving it.
That's one thing I do love about this podcast is meeting everybody.
All right, but thank you for joining me on this episode, and hopefully y'all tune in this coming Tuesday to, I believe, part 2 of the TV tournament should be coming out this Tuesday at midnight. So make sure y'all check that out.
Boom.